you have to be a special somebody to be able to do that. And he a special person? Yes, he is.
What you achieved in the boxing ring in 1999 is the pinnacle of all sports. Has there been anything you've done in your life since then that you're more proud of?
No, not really. I mean, obviously having kids I'm always proud to have kids, but no.
I mean, you've had a long time since then. Has that been okay to cope with? I mean, you certainly look like you're not too worried about it.
Yeah, I mean, you mean being champion for so long?
Achieving that so early, and then you've got the whole rest of your life to live when you've hit such a huge height.
Yeah, I always wanted to grow up and be a living legend, not a dead one. So, all my accomplishments I wanted to achieve quickly.
I believe you're going to be in the ring to hand over the belts to the winner.
Yes.
Usyk is going to take his 4 home if he wins and give 1 to each child. Tyson is going to hand his to Turki al-Sheikh. May I ask where yours are?
Yes, mine are.
Because your son really laughed when I said I might ask you that question.
No, it's good because they're on my wall.
Excellent.
When people come around my house, they always want to take pictures with the belts or see the belts, so they're on display.
Because some fighters, I don't know, I guess when they're still fighting, they hide them away to keep more motivated. But I guess once you've retired at the absolute peak, you want them out.
Yeah, and plus everybody wants to see them. And then everybody, when they see them, they realize the accomplishment.
For some reason, people have been asking my opinion about this, let alone yours. And I fancy the draw hugely because there's a guaranteed rematch. Do you think that comes into a fighter's mind when they are told, and their contract is written, and it's a huge amount of money, there is a rematch? Does it alter the way a fighter might go into a contest?
Not really. I mean, winning is very important. So both boxers, to me, are going out there trying to win. And if one wins overwhelmingly, sometimes we don't need a rematch. There's no need to see a rematch because one guy won overwhelmingly. This particular fight, I don't think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be close because both guys are winners and champions. So they're out. They're going to try their best to win.
When we've done interviews before, that's what Geraldine has helped with, you've always not wanted to talk about Anthony Joshua very much because you felt that some of my bosses wrote headlines that were unfair. So this is on camera. We can't make any mistakes like that.
Right.
We've spoken before, and I asked you, should AJ have attended some of the Wilder Fury fights? And you said you should do because you want to make them. If you say you want them, go and get on the ring.
Right.
He landed here on Sunday. He's here. That should be a huge step in getting these fights that he says he's wanted for a long time.
Absolutely. You got to come to the fights. People have to see you, and you've got to campaign for the fights, at the fights. So it's very important to come to the fights, to even feel the atmosphere and to feel the vibe, because you're going to be boxing in that same vibe. So it's always good to catch the vibe before you get there.
And with the influence that or certainly the respect that you still garner around the sport and the people that make decisions, when we asked you the other day, would it still be hugely important to Tyson's legacy to fight AJ? You said yes, and brilliantly for us, who are not getting too many of these huge fights in London, you said it must happen for British boxing.
Yes, it has to happen for British boxing. Me and Frank Bruno's fight was for British boxing. It's a fight that had to happen. I mean, who would want to go through history and not see this fight with AJ and the winner of this fight?
And even when you hit your pinnacle and become undisputed, you hung around for Mike Tyson, who had messed up a couple of ones, and you even took on Vitaly Klitschko. Do you think when Tyson gets that, he'll just walk away, or do you think there's enough hanging around that he might try and do the extra stuff that you want him to do?
That's really up to him. I know he wanted to retire for a long time, but I think maybe after the fight with AJ, he can retire, because that's the fight that, for all the British fans that they want to see, and be a great fight for British history as well.
I've checked up on all of your predictions, and you have said that you believe Tyson will win on points because he's the larger man, the bigger usually meets a small man.
Right.
Because you were such a boxing technician, would you prefer to see the little man who has to have such great skill to topple that Goliath? Or is it a big man's club? You don't care about little fellas?
Yeah, I mean, I just want the better fighter to win. He's going to show himself by his performance, and I think it's going to be a great fight because you have two great fighters. You have a guy that's really the undisputed at a lighter weight. He's coming up. He's doing something Evander Holyfield did. It's not an easy task, but if he completes that task, it'd be a great task that he completed. You know, fighting a bigger man, fighting above his weight class, and actually defeating a bigger guy. So that's got to be a goal for him. But it's a goal that's hard to do, and you have to be a special somebody to be able to do that. And is he a special person? Yes, he is. Usyk is a special person.